Want to live in a cute tiny house like this? Don't do it until you've watched this video and seen the reality of tiny house living. My name is Ziggy, and this channel is all about sharing information, ideas and my experiences of living in my tiny house. If you're new to this corner of the internet, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there. And if you'd like a tour of my beautiful tiny house, click on that link up there. That'll take you through to a video that'll show you all of the inside of my tiny house at the end of this video. So it would be fair to say that much as I adore living in my beautiful tiny house here, there are some things which are not all sunshine and unicorns. Tiny house living in the country comes with all of the things that we associate with the country: the beautiful trees, butterflies, the sounds of frogs and of birds, the beautiful peace and the tranquility, the amazingly colourful parrots that we have, the beautiful country people here who are so generous and so kind. There's no traffic noise. There's no junk mail, there's no door knockers. All of that is beautiful, but there are some downsides to it as well. The first downside that I'm not enjoying at all is the spiders. Now, spiders, as far as I'm concerned, if they're little ones, that's okay, I can cope. But there are some giant huntsmans here, and while I know that they're not harmful for me, and in actual fact they're really good for catching flies and things, they still scare the crap out of me. So spiders, the big spiders, is a bit of a no-no for me. Along with the spiders at the moment comes flies. The flies are driving me nuts. Somehow or other they're getting into my tiny house. I have screens on all of my windows, but they're still getting in somehow, and they can be really flippin' annoying. And I don't want to use fly spray too much, because clearly that's not good for the environment. It's certainly not good for me, and it's not good for Bella. So I need to find out where the flies are getting in and try and block their visits into my tiny house. A slight problem when it rains is mud coming into my tiny house, and I guess it's not just mud, but it's about the dirt that comes into the tiny house off your shoes, and how messy the floor starts looking when you've just stepped outside and stepped back inside. I do have a mat down at the front door, and I've started putting a towel down inside the front door to capture some of that, but even so you still end up with leaves all over the floor and dirt and dust, which needs to be vacuumed or swept up pretty constantly. I have to say that I really do love frogs, and we have beautiful green tree frogs here, and they are cute, but they like to come inside sometimes. I found them all over the place at times. So I just found this little fella in my kitchen sink and helped him outside. It's not cute, however, when they decide to go into my bathroom late at night, and I get up to go to the bathroom and stand on a frog. Pretty much throughout Queensland as well, there are lots and lots of fruit bats who are really cute. I've got to say, they are really cute. But when they have an overnight party in the trees above you and then decide to fly over, and you end up in the morning with bat poop everywhere, not really the beautiful thing that you want to wake up to in the morning. Probably one of the other things about living out in the country in my tiny house is my lack of phone reception. Almost zero phone reception. In fact, there is zero phone reception most of the time inside. Even around and about the whole of Kookaburra Park, there's hardly any reception If you're lucky, you might get 1 bar, but most of the time there's 0 reception. So I have a satellite dish up on my roof, which helps very much, but taking calls on a mobile here is pretty much near impossible. So that's some of the things to watch out for when you're living in a tiny house, specifically when you're living in a tiny house in the country. It can be fantastic with the beautiful trees and the amazing birds, the beautiful country people, and the gorgeous no traffic noise and all of that kind of stuff. But it can be a pain in the at the same time, so be aware of that. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down there. It helps the channel a whole bunch. Don't forget to subscribe as well. You can have a look at, take a tour of my tiny house. There'll be a link to it in the description below. You all have an amazing day. Love you all. Bye from me.